everybody. We are the Coco Six Pack. My name is Rich. I'm joined here today by Catherine, Lil, Randy, Kristen, and Devin. We are here to present our target strategic analysis, paying specific attention to the apparel industry. And we feel that we have some very great ideas, some great strategic recommendations, and we're excited to share them with you today. But first, let me tell you a little bit more about Target itself. It was incorporated in Minnesota in 1902. It's the second largest retailer in the country. There are about almost 2,000 stores in the United States and Canada, with almost 400,000 team members. And Target generates about $80 billion a year in revenue, with $14 billion coming by way of the apparel department, which is roughly 19%. Target's corporate mission is to make Target the preferred shopping destination to its guests by delivering outstanding values through continuous innovations and a unique shopping experience by consistently fulfilling its expect more, pay less brand promise. Now, the values of Target are very important to them. They've identified 7 key values that they want their stores to live by. First, they want design for everybody. They want it to be all-inclusive. They want to provide great guest service to each and every one of their guests who comes into their stores. They want to give those guests more bang for their buck, more for their money. They want to have a fun and rewarding work environment for all their store members, employee members. And they want to celebrate diversity and inclusion. And lastly, they want to give back to the community. They want to have a great legacy of constantly giving back to those who support them. And now here's Randy. He's going to tell you a little bit more about the market forces that are affecting Target.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate it. In the broad market, there are several important forces that affect the company in many ways, such as the economic force, or socio-cultural force, or even the technological force. But if we dig a little bit deeper into the apparel industry itself, you'll find more specific forces, such as the force of suppliers. And then you'll also see the fierce rivalry and high threats of new entrants. You also have high threats of substitution and high power of buyers. I'd like to turn your attention to the strategic group map, and you can clearly see Target is located in the middle and very well positioned among the competitive companies to produce a respectable amount of revenue per the number of stores. Now, any increase in apparel revenue will push them to the right, which would enhance their competitive position with the rivals. And now to briefly talk about Target's strengths and weaknesses, I'd like to introduce Lil.
Thanks, Randy. This SWOT analysis was prepared to identify the key strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats within Target Apparel. In addition to research, our team walked through the apparel department of Target as well as several of their competitors. We had the opportunity to speak to some of their employees. We took the time to watch how people shop. I even did some shopping while I was there myself. We've identified the following items. Strengths include store branding, quality merchandise, and solid suppliers. The weaknesses include boring displays, uncoordinated layouts, and diminished shopping experience. When you find yourself in line behind a customer, you have only 1 or 2 items of apparel, and there's a cart full of groceries in front of you, and they have a handful of coupons. I don't know about anybody else in this room, but if they pull out their checkbook, I might skip that apparel purchase. There are always opportunities, however, and we're really excited to tell you about a customer loyalty reward program called Redbucks that Catherine will discuss in a few moments. We believe that the displays can benefit from a makeover, and we've identified a way to make the checkout experience better for your apparel guests. Moving on to threats, the competitors may copy any efforts you take. Economic conditions and fashion trends are ever-changing, and there's always that threat of substitute products. Now here's Devin to talk to us about Target's sustainable competitive advantage. Thank you.
Thanks, Lil. So, what is Target's competitive advantage? Is it sustainable over the long term? We think so. First, their mission statement clearly sets guest expectations. Exclusive brands ensure that customers who like those brands come back and buy from Target. The clothing is trendy, but it doesn't break the bank if you're shopping for the whole family or just a night out in the town. So with all this and great guest service, why not choose Target? We did a simple BRM analysis, and there are a couple main points I want to go over. The cheap chic apparel, one-stop shopping, exclusive brands, all go to combat the sea of competitors that are eager to imitate anything that works in this program. Now that we've talked a little bit about what sets Target apart, let's go over some issues and challenges that we face. Competition in the apparel industry is extremely fierce, as well as retail in general. So getting the customer in the door isn't going to win the battle. They must find something that they love, otherwise they'll go down the road to Walmart, Kohl's, or another competitor. The other issue that we face is one of similarity and comfort for the guest. Every store they walk into must feel like their home store, where they know they can find what they're looking for, and they know they're going to find it at a good price. So what do we recommend? Here's Catherine to explain.
Thank you, Devin. Good evening, everyone. I want to go over our strategic recommendations, and the first and most prominent recommendation I would like to discuss with you all tonight is Target Redbox. You, Charlie, I believe, have an example of it, so if you want to take a look at it, oh, you don't, I'm sorry. Now you have an example of it. If you want to take a look at it, well, I go ahead and talk about the Customer Reward Loyalty Program. So how this works is during specified times of the year, for every $50 our guests spend on apparel purchases, they are going to receive $10 in Target Redbox. There's no limit to how many Redbox you can get. And then as you can see on there, there's going to be a specified range of dates where you are allowed to come back with your Redbox and you can make apparel purchases using those Redbox. So essentially, these are as good as cash in the apparel department. We believe by having this Customer Reward Loyalty Program, we will see return customers as well as increasing in sales. Our next strategic recommendation we would like to make tonight is the use of point-of-sale systems near all fitting rooms in the apparel department. As Lola had mentioned earlier, we all know how frustrating it can be when we have one or two items and we get stuck behind a customer with a cart full of groceries. By having these cash registers right there in the apparel department, our customers can come in, pick out the items they would like, check out, and leave with convenience. Finally, we would like to see mannequins being used in the apparel department. There are two reasons for this. The first reason being, we would like to see an entire coordinated outfit complete with accessories and shoes on these mannequins. This provides our guests convenience to come in, see an entire outfit, pick it out, and leave with it. This takes out the guessing game of which shirt is going to match with which pair of pants. The next reason we would like to see the mannequins in the apparel department is so that we can be consistently and constantly refreshing the displays. We all know that Target sells more than just apparel. With that being said, they see repeat customers on a weekly basis coming in for other household items and groceries. If they are constantly passing the apparel department and they see the exact same outfit sitting on the display that they do not like, they will probably not go into the apparel department. If we are constantly updating our displays, something may eventually catch their eye, bringing them into the department and generating a sale that might have otherwise never happened. We believe all three of these recommendations combined is going to increase the growth, the profitability, and our customer loyalty. I'm going to pass it off now to Rich, who's going to talk, sorry, not Rich, Randy, who's going to talk about the financials.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Catherine. I'd like to talk to you about the financial justification. The specific breakdown of the budget and the financials we found in the detailed package that was provided to you earlier. The initial budget indicates that the project cost to be approximately $27 million. Now, what we do is we took a look at the projected sales and cash flow sheet that's on the screen. I'd like to remind everyone that Target had nearly $14 billion in apparel sales last year. And if we based our projected cash flows on a conservative incremental sales increase of just 0.1%, the strategic recommendations that Catherine made earlier would generate nearly $14 million per year in extra apparel sales. Now, from that figure, we've deducted the annual program cost to reflect net additional cash flow of nearly $11 million per year. Now, hang in there with me. We're almost there. And if we take that figure, we go to a cash flow sheet, we will clearly see that after the initial outlay, Target will have recaptured the cost by year 3, and will be will be making a fairly large profit there afterwards. I'd like to take a look at the financial measures and go over them with you. The net present value is over $16 million. The internal rate of return is almost 28%. And the return on investment over a 5-year period is nearly 95%. We've taken the cash flow, we've actually put it on a chart for you, and you can clearly see that the cumulative cash flow steadily rises year after year. Let me bottom line this for you. The strategic recommendation of the Redbox Reward Program, along with an addition of the mannequins and the points of sale, is a winning combination. and will increase Target's profitability. And now to talk about the possible fallout is Kristen.
Thank you. So there are a few things that could go wrong with this, this idea, a few risks that are incurred. The first is fast seconds. As Lowell mentioned, competition is high, and when you have a strategy that works, there is bound to be copycats. So other competitors can quickly jump onto the Redbucks idea and create another loyalty program similar. Another one is that the program may not work. We may not get the desired outcome for financials as we're expecting. Another is that by creating point of sale systems within the middle of the store and the apparel, it's giving an opportunity for theft potentially, because customers will be leaving with bags and have to travel through the store. So they could potentially pick up other items between that register and the exit. Whereas right now, if you check out at Target, you're paying at the exit and then you're leaving right away. Something else is that with Redbox, we are discounting products by supplying a future Redbox that they can use later. So this is discounting products that typically wouldn't have had a discount otherwise. And then the last one is that guests could come to expect Redbox or promotion with every purchase. And so they may delay shopping until they receive another promotion or Redbox. And to finish this off is Rich.
All right. Well, in conclusion, we have presented several strategic recommendations for the Target apparel department, which we really feel will increase their profitability. To recap, we're going to be offering Redbucks, the certificate that we handed you, and it's going to drive customers back into the store again and again. Once customers step in the store, they're more likely to purchase things, obviously. Get them back in, they will spend. Additionally, we're going to have mannequins that make the displays more appealing and will increase sales by perhaps suggesting an item that would go with the shirt that they want. Maybe an accessory. If they don't see it, they might not buy it. Put it on a mannequin, they might purchase that item. Lastly, we're going to have better customer service near the fitting rooms by offering point-of-sale systems right near those rooms. The customers are going to be able to get in and out of the store faster, and they're going to be happier because they're just going to be able to purchase it right then and there. And we're going to reduce the fallout by using store coordination and cooperation and using our existing team members to operate those point-of-sale systems. All we have to do is move the person from the front of the store to the apparel department to ring the people up, and we'll be just fine. We understand that we presented a lot of material. We're really excited about these recommendations. We really feel like they'll be beneficial to Target, and we'll open up the floor to any questions that you guys might have